Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Shibani Dandekar, and welcome to the world of Hyundai, a world where new thinking meets new possibilities. Keeping the growing aspirations of its consumers in mind, Hyundai believes in adding a touch of brilliance to the lives of its consumers by creating technological masterpieces. Their cars have always tried to win their consumers' hearts in simple, caring, and creative ways. The car we are launching today comes with a Grand New Lingo that defines fun, excitement, style like no other. I won't keep you waiting any further. I would like to invite on stage Mr. Bo Shin Seo, Managing Director and CEO, Hyundai Motor India, to enlighten you more about this wonder. Give him a round of applause.
Honorable Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, Mr. Jungu Lee, esteemed members of media, Hyundai Motor India dealers, associates and valued guests, ladies and gentlemen, namaste, and very good afternoon to you. On behalf of Hyundai Motor India, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this landmark occasion, the global debut of the Hyundai Grand i10 in India. Hyundai is a global company and is acclaimed for design, durability, quality, and reliability of its product in the world. Keeping the high standard of the quality, we have developed a Grand for the Indian market. The Grand is a completely new car and developed a completely new platform, offering a longer wheelbase and will deliver refined driving dynamics with lower noise levels. With this new offering, we will create a new benchmark in the compact high entry segment. I hope today you can see how the Grand symbolizes our commitment to our esteemed customers of India. The Grand i10 is a premium and a stylish family car, which will offer an enhanced value to the customer, and enhanced space, comfort, and convenience. The advanced profile of this car will appeal to the people across the age and demographic segment. As you know, the Indian automobile industry is going through a tough age. We hope the launch of the Grand will bring newness and excitement in the Indian market. Ladies and gentlemen, Hyundai is very optimistic about its car business in India and has made a big investment for expansion. As a part of our expansion plans, we have strengthened our dealer and service network for our customers. The current slowdown has raised a challenge for the Indian automobile industry. However, I firmly believe that the current situation is a temporary phase, and India has great potential in the long run. The Indian market is a priority for Hyundai Motor Company. We will continue to bring in the best of the product and the technology. I am sure Hyundai Grand will surely meet and exceed your expectations. On behalf of the entire Hyundai family, I would like to thank our media friends for their support and seek your encouragement in the future as well. Thank you very much and have a great time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mr. Seo, for such an energetic speech. I would now like to invite our special guest of the day, the Honorable Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, Mr. Jungu Lee, to share with us his feelings on such a memorable occasion.
Namaste. Good afternoon. Mr. Seo Bo Shin, Managing Director of Hyundai Motor Company, India. Press, distinguished guests, and many Indian friends who are present here today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to join you all at this launching ceremony of Hyundai Motors' new car, named Grand i10. Hyundai Motors India has launched it one model after another to match the ever-demanding consumers' expectation for performance, comfort, and above all, affordability. Today, this launch of Grand i10 represents Hyundai's yet another effort in meeting the luxury and style choices of Indian people. My congratulations to Hyundai Motors for this meaningful accomplishment. Ladies and gentlemen, I complete one eventful year as Ambassador of Korea to India tomorrow. During this span of 1 year, I have interacted with a cross-section of people and have come to know a few Hindi catchphrases which are sometimes talked about in the context of our robust bilateral relations between Korea and India. Excuse me for my poor Hindi pronunciation. One such Hindi phrase is, India, Korea, bye-bye, which signifies deep bond and long-standing brotherly relations that our two peoples share since 2,000 years ago. Another apt expression that I have come across is, Korea, kahani gar ki. This connotes the ubiquitous presence of Korean products in Indian households. I'm sure time is not far when Indian people will start saying, Korea, sarko ni shan. To capture the majestic presence of a great variety of Hyundai cars on Indian roads. Many people say Indian economy is now in big trouble. The presence of Korean companies in India could be possible when India opened its economy for foreign direct investment in the early 1990s. At the time, foreign companies still nursed doubts about the fundamentals of the Indian economy and were lukewarm to the opening of the Indian economy. But Korean companies reposed faith in the potentials of the Indian economy and became the first movers as FDI investors. Hyundai Motors is known to be one of the earliest foreign auto companies to come to India, bringing in manufacturing and engineering expertise and world-class standards. Today, Hyundai Motors is a well-known brand name in India. The company is the second largest car manufacturer in India, accounting for roughly 20% share in the domestic passenger car segment. From the smallest car to the most luxurious one, Hyundai Motors has presented limitless choices to the Indian consumers. As an ambassador of Korea, I'm very proud of the fact that Hyundai Motors is the #1 exporter of passenger cars in India. The company exports around 250,000 units of car annually, contributing to India's export earning and also creating a made in India brand image in the global market. The expansion of Hyundai Motors operations in India has also brought collateral benefits to the Indian economy and its people in terms of growth and employment. Ladies and gentlemen, we all present here must congratulate Hyundai Motors for its endeavors in expanding the basket of choices of passenger cars for the Indian consumers. Let us wish that the new model scripts a new success story, bringing laurels to the company, as also the bilateral relations between Korea and India. Thank you very much for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, Mr. Jung-Gyu Lee. Give him another round of applause. Thank you so much for being here. I would now like to request Mr. Nalin Kapoor, Senior General Manager and Group Head Marketing, to please come up on stage and tell us about the features of this dazzling beauty.
Good afternoon, namaste. First of all, a very hearty welcome to the press corps, ladies and gentlemen of the media, Honorable Ambassador Mr. Lee, our very dear dealer friends who are sitting here. I'm very sure it's a special occasion for all of you. A new car, a new launch in a new segment, and new business at your dealerships. Our associates, vendors who have helped in developing this product over many, many years, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us today at a momentous occasion. The launch, or I would call it the global launch, of the Grand i10 in this country. I feel extremely proud that I'm able to deliver some key aspects about this product to all of you today. It's a matter of deep pride for me, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't have a prepared script, so ladies and gentlemen from the media, I'll speak whatever I can, whatever I know about this product, the concept of the product, and key highlights. And after this, of course, there's a lot of literature available where you can find more details about this product. So, dear dealers, the business is coming your way. It's a new product. And where do we see the business coming from? We have been a very strong player in the compact segment market since the time we came here. The compact segment market is divided into compact low, compact mid, and compact high. And compact high has been gaining traction over the last many years. It's increasing its share. So much so that we now categorize the compact high segment into two parts: compact high premium and compact high entry. So a new segmentation is emerging. Though we have been very strong as a product lineup in the compact segment, but we were not present in the compact high entry segment up until now. And that's a very important message which you have to carry to your dealerships also and the press corps also. 69% of compact high segment is compact high entry. We were not present there up until now, 12:15 p.m. We are entering into this area, and that's why the feeling of excitement is very, very prevalent. It's very substantial. A new product in a new segment which grows very high brings in additional dealerships volume. And how does it fit into our current existing lineup? The Grand is positioned very smartly, sharply between i10 and i20. So you have the bestseller i10, you have the bestseller i20, and now hopefully we will have the bestseller Grand. So 3 products positioned optimally so that they are able to generate the required momentum in this market. Let me briefly take you through the style quotient. Style is becoming a very, very important element for consumer these days. Earlier, the style as a requirement used to be at number 7 or number 8. Within last 3 years, it has climbed up to number 2 of the key buying factors. The Grand carries forward our signature fluidic styling philosophy. All of us have tasted success with many of our nameplates, the Verna, Elantra, Ion, Sonata, and the fluidic philosophy. This carries forward that. The exterior is sharp, aerodynamic, upscale, and sporty. And the interiors are very sensibly designed, very elegant, and very practical also. So that comes to the relevant question. Who would buy this car? Who is our TG? Whom would this car appeal to? Why would people come and buy this car? I personally think, as a marketing guy, that a consumer who thinks from his heart as well as mind, a consumer who likes stylish things, looks for global best practices, but at the same time, he's level-headed. He wants a practical car for this market. I would call him the global Indian consumer. Best of the world, but keeping in mind the practical requirements of this market. So you nodded ahead, probably, you understand. Very practical. This is a car very practically designed for the Indian consumer, takes the best of the globe as well as what this country requires. Key buying factors, of course. Style, fuel economy. I'll talk later in detail about these factors. Style, fuel economy, space, and some very high-tech features. Some of them are segment-first features for this market. It's a bouquet of things which define this product as a very strong offering. What is the image? We had a good discussion with our product planning team on this. Usually, disparate elements are very difficult to incorporate in a product. Performance with fuel efficiency, disparate, but we have been able to do that. Style with comfort, this car does that. Drivability as well as stability, this car does that. So there are a host of disparate functions. This car, and hats off to engineers, designers who worked on this, they have been able to bring together so many disparate functions as one single product concept. We call it Made by Hyundai Global, made for India. Now, a short story here. Why do we say it's made for India? For last 10 years, any product getting launched by any manufacturer in this country, the standard line is made for Indian conditions, made for India. Right? When you go deeper as to why they say so, the response is not very precise. Everybody says, but what does it mean? Nobody knows. And I will share with you something which clearly defines why we call it made specifically for Indian consumer, keeping his habits in mind. Number one, need for space. We like traveling together, families, kids, friends. We are collective. There's a feeling of collectivism for us. This car is 100 mm longer than its European counterpart. Made specifically for this country, keeping in mind. 100 mm longer means the wheelbase is longer. That gives more space. So it's an India-specific development. Number two, rear AC vents. It's a segment first. No other compact car has that. 70% of the cars sold in this country are compact cars, almost. None of them has this feature. Why it never came earlier, we don't know by anybody, but this is totally India-specific development only for this country, keeping our driving, our weather conditions in mind. Number 3, dual-tone beige as well as black interiors. We have followed this interior color scheme for a couple of our products very successfully. It enhances the feeling of space. It enhances the feeling of quality. It also increases the efficiency of air conditioning. The car doesn't get heat up, the components don't get heat up. And yes, you have to pay attention to this much. The 4th India-specific development, if you look at your monitors, you can see a white circular patch, which is what the original design for Europe is. Look at the rear window glass. The glass portion is very small, short, and more of sheet metal. What you have here in this country, specifically designed only for this country, a sheet metal change, where the glass area has increased. And why did we increase it? Because it came as a requirement from our product clinic. When we were showing this car to consumers, one feedback which they gave us, everything is fine, it's very spacious in the rear, headroom, legroom, everything is fine, but I want to see outside. So our engineers went and did this India-specific development, only for this market. So friends, that's why I call it, it's a real made-for-India car. And there are so many other important features and functionalities which point out towards this aspect. I spoke about the style. This raises the bar. And this is a phrase, raising the bar, I intend to use many times because actually that's what the car does. Look at the front. It has our signature hexagonal dam that has become a hallmark for our recent product launches. It has a chrome grille with a prominent logo, wraparound headlamps, and you have chrome inserts on the fog lamp. Move your eyes, and when you will see the car in the side profile, whenever you have to see it, you can mention to everybody how cleverly the design language from the front is carried through to the side, the profile of the sides, with integrated roof rail, the black roof rail, you can see that, and very nicely designed outside mirrors, as well as segment first diamond cut alloy wheels. Move to the rear, gentlemen. Equally impressive, wrap-around tail lamps. It has reflectors on the bumper for a very safe driving. It also has a very nicely sculpted tailgate. All in all, points out to a fluidic, practical, elegant design from all quarters. So this was the style part of it, exterior style. But as I mentioned, the car was made keeping in mind the requirements, the usage, the sensibility. So style with sensibility. And when you see the interiors with two-tone beige and black, there are some key highlights. 3-spoke steering wheel with steering mounted controls. A gear shift lever mounted on the console. It's easy to drive without any fatigue, without any noise. It has a 2-DIN audio system, infotainment integrated, with 1 GB of storage space. Again, a segment first. 1 GB of storage space, so the consumers can store their music, can store it. And a nicely lit blue as well as white instrument cluster. We've spoken about the style. Where is the substance, the comfort? The seats are ergonomically designed, keeping body contour in mind, with integrated headrests, and with an option of driver's seat adjustment in this kind of a car. The car is very spacious. The space which is created by lengthening the car has been utilized very, very effectively. It's a space managed cabin. When I was yesterday looking at it, the space managed cabin. Better legroom, better headroom, better shoulder room for all the passengers in the front as well as rear. So please do check the car when you do that today, the spaciousness of this car for front as well as rear passengers. And our mandate was the boot should be able to store 3 suitcases. In this case, it translates to 256 liters, 3 suitcases to be stored. That's how the boot will be designed, and that's the way engineers have designed. Lot of spaces to keep 1-liter water bottles on the front as well as rear doors, map pockets for knickknacks, and a tray in the console to store many other loose items. Let me take a minute more to talk about the air vents. These are adjustable air vents for rear passengers. And I'm very sure all of you who will see the car today and all our consumers who would end up buying it, I'm very sure very quickly, will appreciate this feature. I've already spoken about a very high-tech and futuristic music system, infotainment system integrated with the console, which has 1 GB of storage memory. What else? Many other high-tech features. Smart key with push-button start. Keep the key in the pocket or in the purse. Just by the press of the button, you can open or lock or unlock the door. In fact, today morning we were speaking amongst ourselves, and somebody commented that a lady can keep it in her handbag. She doesn't need to fish out every time. It's very difficult to find keys, and you can enjoy this feature. Auto folding outside rear view mirrors with indicators, of course. Switch off the car, the mirrors get folded. Switch on the car, they turn out, automatic. And a must in today's crowded conditions, rear parking sensors, which tells you how closely you're parking and makes it very easy for all kinds of drivers, some of who are not very comfortable with parking in tight spaces. The car has those kind of features. We have more stuff. We have more stuff. Chilled glow box, rear power outlets, rear wipers, and tilt steering to manage the height adjustment as per your driving habits, as per your stance. We come to performance. So some of the auto journalists and people from Auto Beats, it's your key area. That's where the heart of the car lies, the performance. The car has been designed for optimum performance, drivability, economy, and performance. Doing the duty are 2 powertrains, the diesel 1.1 second generation U2 engine. This, for us, is a first here. And that's why we feel this will be a game changer. U2 second generation diesel engine, 1.1 liter, 71 PS of power at 4,000 RPM, 16.3 kg of torque, and a segment best fuel mileage of 24 kilometers per liter. I think very impressive specs from an engine of this size. It's a totally modern, new high-tech engine, and it would do something dramatic to this market, we feel so. It has significantly low levels of NVH because of the balancer and because of many other technical features here. What does it mean for an ordinary consumer like us? Okay. It means that it's a very good car to drive in the traffic conditions. You don't have to change gears every time. You can drive it. That is possible because of flat torque delivery as well as a linear curve. You don't have to change gears every time in the traffic. It's a car made for India. Again, I would say it's a car made for India because it recognizes that most of our driving within the city is in tight traffic conditions. So that's what this diesel engine does for us, and we really hope it creates a big impact here. It's a game changer in this market. Doing duty is the other powertrain I spoke to you about, 1.2 liter Kappa engine, dual VT-VT. Again, a very impressive credentials. It has done duty here in India, come out tops on many parameters. It has 83 PS of power, 11.8 kg-meters of torque, and again, a very significantly optimum mileage of 18.9 kilometers per liter. Both these powertrains are designed to have very low level of NVH, so when you see the diesel any point of time, our U2 diesel, I'm very sure it's very difficult for you to even figure out, is this really a diesel engine? That's the kind of refinement on NVH this engine brings to fore. Some of you have spoken to us in the past and have told us how progressive we are in terms of drivability. How much better our cars are in terms of drivability, and they're getting better each time. So MDPS, motor-driven power steering, along with the front McPherson struts, as well as rear torsion beam axle at the rear. All these as a package are so well designed that it brings the car notches up in terms of its drivability, in terms of its stability, in terms of its performance and responsiveness. And yes, car for India, car for families, we are very, very sensitive to the needs here. We have worked on active as well as passive safety. Some of the safety features like dual airbags, anti-lock braking system, center locking, and the way the car is built, it's built of corrosion-free steel. It has a ring structure so that there's a required stiffness to the body. We are really raising the bar for India as far as safety is concerned. A car of this segment, but we never compromise on these fundamental issues which are important for this market. Lastly, petrol and diesel, launching in 4 variants, Era, Magna, Sports, and Asta. And with 8 exciting colors to appeal to a wide variety of tastes. In the end, let me sum up. What are the grand highlights of this grand car? Styling, performance, diesel engine, second generation U2 diesel engine. Space, drivability, features, and so many India-specific developments. So, especially ladies and gentlemen from the press, keep your focus on what all we have done specifically for this market. We have really done it. We just not kind of mentioned it, really gone ahead and developed the car. I hope this brief session was informative for all of you. I really enjoyed delivering this message to you from our R&D, from our engineering side, from the designers from world over who have worked on this car to make it just right and just perfect for this market. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
This is my world and this is my ride. It's the
and gentlemen, put your hands together for the new Hyundai Grand. This car is indeed grand in all its glory. May I now request the Honorable Ambassador of Republic of Korea, Mr. Jungkyu Lee, Mr. B.S. Seo, Mr. C.H. Han, Senior Executive Director, Sales and Marketing, and Mr. Rakesh Srivastava, Senior Vice President, Sales and Marketing, to please come up on stage for a photo opportunity.
Lot of media, I can't stop the photo op now. Lot of media, there's always a lot of media, can't stop the photo op now.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your presence on stage. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to share our new Hyundai Grand TVC. Let's take a look.
Presenting the Hyundai Grand i10, the Grand New Lingo. Hyundai. Presenting the Hyundai Grand i10, the Grand New Lingo. Hyundai.
anyone's talking the Grand New Lingo. Just surprisingly distinct Grand i10. The Grand New Lingo. Hyundai.